This is Greater Sikkim before 1642, and this is Sikkim we know now. The name Sikkim is believed to be a combination of the Limbu words Suk means new and Him means palace or house. The Tibetan name for Sikkim is Drenjong, which means valley of rice, while the Bhutias called it Biul Dimazong, which means the hidden valley of rice, and Lepchas called it Ni Mel, which means the paradise. Ancient history. According to one of the legendary accounts, the Kirati people are ancient tribes of Sikkim. The Kiratis came out of the cycle of primitive living and slowly and gradually marched towards civilization. Dr. A.C. Singh, 1983, stated that the Sikkim is known as the home of the Kirati tribesmen from the prehistoric times. When the Kirak king Yalambar captured outer Nepal in 1500 BC, his kingdom extended from river Trisuli in the west to the river Tista in the east. By the 6th century, the Lepchas occupied the Lapchen area of Nepal, present Ilam region, present Sikkim, Harchu Valley and Ammochu Valley, present southwest Bhutan, and the most eastern part of Greater Sikkim up to the Chumbi Valley. The Chumbi Valley is connected to the Sikkim to the southwest via the mountain passes of Nathula and Jelepla. Meanwhile, the Limbus inhabited the western part of Greater Sikkim, present Limbuwan region of eastern Nepal. A part of Limbuwan is still retained in present Sikkim in the West District, South District and a part of North District. The Lepcha spoke the Lepcha language and were believers of Bungthism and Monism or animism by faith. The Limbu spoke the Limbu dialect and were believers of Yumaism or Yuma Sammang, a form of Kirat Mundum, also known as Kiratism, is an animistic folk religion. In the 7th century, Thikung Adek consolidated the Lepcha tribes and declared himself a Panu, a tribal, religious and administrative chief or king. Similarly, the Limbu tribes were ruled by 10 elected chiefs or hangs from each of their clans to form a social and administrative body called Thibong Yakthum Thum Yanghang, Tribal Republic Council or 10 Limbus Council. Around 870 AD, Nahang, the chief of Dharamdin, West Sikkim, was incited by the Chilikam people to fight against the Kirati Limbu king of Limbuwan, Mabohang. Nahang was defeated and the Chilikam were banished from Limbuwan. Sikkim also finds mention in many Hindu texts because the Buddhist saint Guru Rinpoche or Padmasambhava is said to have passed through the land in the 9th century. According to the legend, the Guru Rinpoche blessed the land and introduced Buddhism in Sikkim. There are numerous stories regarding the migration of Tibetans into Sikkim and the establishment of the Sikkimese monarchy. The population and linguistic survey were not held during this period, but it's certain that the region was inhabited by the Lepchas, the Limbus, the Mogars, and some Bhutias in the later period. By 1641, the Lepchas, the Limbus, and the Mogars were ruling in different villages independently. The Limbu and the Mogar tribes lived in the remote western and southern regions. In 1642, the fifth generation descendant of Guru Tashi, Phuntsok Namgyal, was declared as the first Denzong Gyalpo or the Sogel or king of Sikkim by Lachun Chenpo, Gadag Lama and Kathog Lama, the three great lamas who came from the north, west and south Sikkim to Yoksom Norbugeng in west Sikkim. Yoksom in Lepcha means the place where three monks met, and Yoksom was declared as first capital of Sikkim. However, the Limbu and Mogar chiefs refused to accept the rule of the Chogyal, who had to bring in the Tibetan soldiers to subdue them. Thus, Phuntsok Namgyal became the first king of the Kingdom of Sikkim, and all the Kirat chiefs agreed to regard him as the supreme ruler. However, The Mughals did not get along with the Bhutias and left Sikkim after they were defeated in a battle. The king called all the Kirat chiefs and proclaimed that Bhutia or Lopsas, Songs or the Limbus, and the Mempas or the Lepchas were all part of one family known as the Lo Men Song, with the king as the father, the Lepchas as the mother, and the Limbus as the sons, and they were forbidden to fight amongst themselves. The Chogyal dynasty or Namgyal dynasty ruled Sikkim from 1642 to 1975 until the monarchy's abolition. There were approximately 12 kings during the Chogyal dynasty. The last Chogyal was Palden Thondup Namgyal, who ruled from 1963 to 1975. With the arrival of the British in neighboring India, Sikkim allied itself with them as they had a common enemy, the Gorkha Kingdom of Nepal. The Nepalese attacked Sikkim with vengeance, overrunning most of the region including the Tarai. This prompted the British East India Company to attack Nepal, resulting in the Anglo-Nepalese War, which began in 1814. Treaties signed between the British and Nepal, the Sugauli Treaty and Sikkim and British India Treaty of Titalia, returned the territory annexed by the Nepalese to Sikkim in 1817. Hope you guys find this video interesting. Please like, share and subscribe this channel for part 2 of this video, where Sikkim becomes the 22nd state of India in 1975.